All done. All done. Nice. No. Let's wipe off that face. You never going to go to sleep while this?
Yeah, it's on the shelf by his bed.
Come on. If you need to move, Lacey, you have to. He's going to cry for a while.
Somebody's logged in as me.
JC.
You're a creep. But I like that light fixture.
I don't know how to the name. I don't know how I got it to say Lacey.
No, I like your light fixture. Is that why you have me spotlighted on that?
No, I'm washing dishes. Mama! I'm a mute. Grouchy pants.
Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. It's June, and that's very exciting. Our specials for this month are new and different. We have the extension of the Breathe, the Twist, right? The Twist is what they're calling it. Special, and that's a great one. So take advantage of that. Get that LRP up to 200 just to get all that free stuff, because you can never have too much Breathe for sampling and that kind of thing. And the Breathe drops are really fun. That helped Drew get a lot through. He was having some serious reactions to hay, and the Breathe drops helped a ton last week. What are the other specials? I forget. Serenity is the product of the month, a 5 milliliter, and then HD Clear is 10% off. So HD Clear is a great cleanser. If you have any kind of breakouts, it's a great one to try. So. And it lasts for a while. It comes in one of those foaming hand things, and it looks like not very much, but it actually lasts for a good long time. So, so those are good, good things to take advantage of. Let's see, what else? We have our grand opening this week, which I don't know if you've heard, but if you haven't, word on the street is we have an Oil Dorks headquarters it's in Greensboro, Forest Oaks, which is southeast Greensboro. On Liberty Road, and it's cool because it's right next to a kid village, which is a drop-in childcare, which is huge. She's going to be working with us a little bit when we need have big events or whatever to have childcare available there. Her rates are reasonable, and so no one really has any excuse. It's easy. 2 doors down, there's childcare, and if you need to check on them, you can, and all those different things. So that's really cool. Also, there's an Isabella's Pizza, which is right on the other end. So if you wanted to get dinner before you come to a class or something, then you can do that. We're going to have all kinds of things like yoga, and I'm not going to list out today on the call all the things that are planned. You can go to our Facebook page, which is Schoolhouse Oils. It's facebook.com/the Schoolhouse Oils, I think. And you'll find lots of information there. And all the events are listed out. There's yoga twice in the next week. The grand opening is from 3 to 7 on Sunday, and we have some other great classes planned, a couple of educational classes, and then we're launching our success schedule, so classes once a week. Actually, we're going to do the same class twice a week to have different times available for people, and try that and see how that goes. Okay, what else? If you're looking for some mentoring, if you feel like, okay, I'm not getting the mentoring I need, look for some opportunities that are going to be popping up. That's one thing that I think we really need to start making sure that people are connecting with their mentor, their upline, or with someone who they can kind of have as a soundboard. And so we're trying to come up with some systems to help the team as a whole find those and meet those needs. So if you have questions about that, let me know, and I'll help you figure that out too. Continuing education, those classes are still happening everywhere. The Greensboro one will not be at NASBOM, just so you know. It will be at Willamore Baptist this upcoming month in June. I think it's the 13th at 7 p.m. And we may stay there for a little while. We'll see how it goes. But it's summer fun is the theme, and it's, we'll have lots of ideas about how to use the oils through the summer to have a good time and to avoid different bugs and all kinds of things. So come to one of those. Now we have them in Raleigh, we have them in Winston, we have them in Statesville, and in the mountains, Galax, and I don't know if there's one in Boone yet, but I mean, Hickory, I think maybe that's the Statesville one. Anyway, they're everywhere, and those little memes are all over. We haven't listed out all those events anywhere, but you can easily look at that and see which ones are close to you. Another thing to pay attention to is we've got the wellness summits that our doTERRA corporate is putting those on. I think the closest one to us is kind of a in between, because we've got one in Pittsburgh, and then there's one in Tampa. Atlanta. No, not Atlanta. Wasn't that close. Anyway, look at that list, and you can find that in your back office. It's those will be great and a great opportunity of learning. If you know someone in that area maybe you should travel up and meet them there, or go yourself, or at least encourage those people to jump in on those things. Also, we're gearing up for convention. Convention we're starting to think about flights and nailing down, do we want to go a day early for some extra training, or what do we want to do? Because there's lots of opportunities there. If you haven't purchased your convention ticket, good news, they are still available, and you really should be there. It is probably the number one way to put fire under your business and get it going the way you want it to. It's just so much education, and you feel this connection with doTERRA that you can't feel just sitting at home, unfortunately. Being in that group with all those people who feel the same way, that same passion for sharing these oils, there's just nothing that can replace that. So yeah, definitely start thinking about convention if you aren't already. Okay, so we had a good May. May was a great month. We had a lot of promotions, and it's very exciting to see people starting to really have some growth in their business. And I know that summer can be tricky, but I think we are launched into the hardest parts, and we're going to get through the next bit as long as we stay committed and focused on these goals that we have, and doing what we've been doing. I mean, if you keep doing what you were doing in May, then things will be great. So I'm going to go through our rank advancements, starting with executive. The list is getting so long, it's getting harder to list off all the ranks. But if you rank advanced at all, I mean, even if you just hit director or executive, manager even, if you're paying attention to that and you introduce one person to essential oils, then you should feel proud of yourself, because it takes some effort, and it takes a commitment to be able to share and get other people on board. Okay, so Christina Akers, congratulations. Hello? Yeah, hi. Did you log in? I'm getting some feedback, so hang on. Let me make sure everybody's muted. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, where was I? So Christina Akers, Maria Ganim, Tracy Roten, Cindy Poole, Holly Hodge, Amanda Paris, Elaine Williams, Linda Ellis, Carol Barton, and Carol Webster all hit the rank of executive. That's fantastic. Great job, you guys. That's your first step towards those bigger ranks, and is a clear indication that you're kind of setting yourself apart and really making something happen. Elites, we have Annette Mans, Yvette Wright, Thomas Cargill, Betsy Cockrum, Katie Hayes, Karen Painter, Neva Newby, Abigail Cazares, and that's all. That's a lot of new elites. I'm so excited. It's so many new elites. And elite, again, is huge. It's like, I don't know, elite was a very exciting rank advancement. So I hope you guys are all proud of yourselves. That's a big deal. And then our last rank advancement announcement is Wade Broviero hit Premier, and that's huge. Wade has been working the business for a while, and I'm really excited about him achieving this and moving forward with his business this way. It's really exciting. Okay, so that's all the announcements that I have for rank advancements. We had some amazing enrollments last month. Some people took advantage of the Rose and Jasmine. Some people are trying to go to the Cancun trip for free, and that's pretty super cool. I'm jealous of them there. But our top enroller was Karen Painter with 11, and then Essential Wellness of NC, which I should know who that is, but I don't. Who is that? And then Sue Blaylock had 10. Wade had 8. So good job, Wade, there. Stephanie Katera had 7. Holly Hodge had 7. Kathy Benitez had 6. Renee Guizzetti, 6. Emily Mallard, 6. Awesome job. Emily Mann, 6. The list, it's funny how it repeats. The top enrollers are the ones who rank advanced, and that's what it takes, sharing the oil, sharing the oil, sharing the oil. So go ahead, plant those seeds, and then don't be ashamed to harvest them. Don't be afraid to go back to people and say, hey, I shared that sample with you, or I asked you about essential oils. Are you still interested? And, really a wholesale membership is the best way to move forward and get free products and all those different things. So don't be ashamed to ask people for that. You're not doing yourself a favor. I mean, if you like your wholesale account, you should know that other people will also like having a wholesale account. So clearly, if we're getting that many enrollments from individuals, then people are out there wanting these things. Okay, so one more quick thought that I have just been thinking about a lot. I know Chasey has been as well. I watched a webinar today about the power of thought, basically, and how you can use thoughts to either fuel your moving forward, or you can let them hold you back. And I see this time and time again, people are like, I'm not moving forward, I'm not moving forward, I'm not moving forward, and I don't know why. And I don't think everyone signs up for doTERRA thinking, oh, this is going to be a life-changing experience, and I'm going to grow in so many different ways and learn about myself and what my weaknesses are and my strengths are and all these different things. You sign up and you think the oils are great, and so you start sharing the oils. Well, if you'll take advantage of the opportunity to grow, that's when you're going to see major growth in your business as well. And one of the major things is learning how to control what you're thinking about. And if you're letting your mind go to a negative place versus a positive place, you're not controlling it. You're not taking charge of that tool, which is your brain. So anyway, I just want you guys to all be encouraged and to start thinking seriously about, what do you do every day? What are your habits about thoughts? If you wake up and you're like, oh, it's too early to get out of bed, it's so frustrating, why do my kids have to wake up this early? That's not a great way to start the day. If you're waking up and, you just immediately start thinking of all the things that you have to do, one really easy, quick tip that I'll tell you is wake up in the morning, and before you even get out of bed, think of 5 things that you're grateful for, that you're happy about, that you're glad to be alive for, whether it's your children or your, it could be your dogs, it could be the beautiful day, it could be very comfortable sheets. I don't know, whatever you want it to be. You have so much to be grateful for. And when you're leading your day that way, it will change the outcome. And, again, throughout the whole day, be thinking these positive things, and not just, about specifics like that, but about specifics with your business. So assume the best. Assume you can do this. Say, I can do this. There's no reason I can't do this. There's no reason that I won't go to this class tonight, rock it, and enroll 6 people. This is the thought process that moves us forward. So anyway, those were all my thoughts. Today I'm going to talk a little bit with Chasey and hopefully Emily and maybe Leanne about their experience with Diamond Club. This is the qualification period. June is the qualification period for Diamond Club, which is coming up in the fall. I think it starts in August. And if you have ever considered doing something major for your business, this would be one of those things. There's no better way to really focus on activities that are going to push you forward and that are going to help expand your team into new locations and support your team, especially if they're far away. And I'm going to go ahead and start asking the people on here who know better than I do what qualifications are, and get all your questions. If you have a specific question about Diamond Club, please go ahead and post them in the chat. But we're going to start with what the qualifications are. And actually, I'm going to pull up the website and screen share with you so that you can see where to find all this information for yourself, and watch some information about it, so a few videos and whatnot. Participate, qualifications, here we go. So it's just doTERRADiamondClub.com. I haven't screen shared, so you can't see that yet. Okay. All right. So this is it right here. So to ensure that all Diamond Club participants are set up to be successful, the following requirements must be met. So I will say it is important to sort of have an infrastructure before you just jump in head first. So they do have the requirement that you've hit silver. So if you haven't hit silver, I don't want you to leave the call and think, oh, well, this isn't for me. think about ways that you can use this model in your business and push your business to a new level. Because the Diamond Club mentality is sort of, come up with a schedule, stick to that schedule, do what you're going to do, and, enroll the people, and then your business grows. And so you may not be compensated by doTERRA, your uplines, or your sponsors, but you'll be compensated in your faster and in your unilevel and, your paychecks long-term and the growth of your business. So anyway, if you wanted to start, your only elite, think in your mind, okay, I'm going to start Silver Club and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to hit, these marks and do these things. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. And as we talk with the girls and people, because Chris might be on the call too, who have participated in Diamond Club, think about what that looks like. It is a little bit of a push, but it can be really well worth it for your business. So, okay, hold on one second. My first question, if I can, stop share, goes to, all right, Chasey, you ready? So if you'll just give us an overview of what you basically thought of your Diamond Club experience.
You know what? So we are Diamond Club dropouts. We did not make it all the way. I'm sorry. This light is really bad. We did not make it all the way through Diamond Club by choice. We qualified in December for the spring Diamond Club and started February. We did February and March, and we made a decision as a family, as a couple, that it was not serving our team well. And so we gracefully bowed out, but we kept the pace going, basically. I think my advice would be you have to have a clear why you're doing it. Our why for why we were doing it was we have a really strong leg, and then we had 3 other legs that really needed some support. And so we tried to be very strategic about where we were going, when we were going, how we were going, whether we were driving or flying. It was an excellent opportunity as far as it gave me a lot of accountability. I'd kind of taken last year off due to some mental decline, and it gave me some accountability coming back from that. Definitely lots of structure. I think I figured it out in the last 4 months. We did like 40-some classes. So great structure. I think my parents are delivering some children home. And my husband's not here. Sorry. I'm on a video conference. I'm going to. Sorry. Okay. That's real life right there. But it was a great experience. I got to branch out and see team members that maybe I would not have seen. Yeah, it was a great experience. It just structurally did not make sense for us long term to stay in it. And when I say that, we were kind of, I hate to say, a slave to the requirements, and they were not serving our team well. I was doing things to stay in Diamond Club when we could have served our team in different ways. And I see that it paid off, that we stopped, and went at it at a different angle. But yeah, I think it is a fantastic thing. You just have to have a clear why, and you have to, your team has to be on board 100%. They have to know why you're doing it. Yeah, it was great. I'll do it again with a better plan next time.
Well, some of the requirements, I think, make it so that like having team a certain distance away and that kind of thing.
Right.
Help. But yeah, knowing, what your goal is, because if your goal is just to increase volume, that's one thing. But if your goal is to really rank advance, then you need to be a little bit more strategic in a different kind of way. So
right. And I think for us, like, your frontline leaders have to be super engaged, because you cannot keep all the balls up in the air. They have to really have the classes planned out. You need to be able to pull up at X, Y, and Z or fly into X, Y, and Z and just be able to teach and leave. Like you cannot do it all. Like you have to have support. Your spouse has to be on board because we were like ships passing in the night. You know, his role was 100% childcare. He was willing to take vacation time off. When I would go to Florida, I would leave on Friday morning. I would come back on Monday morning. And when we got to Florida, I mean, it was a grind the whole time. But, you know, I took my daughter some, and it was really a good experience.
And that team is thriving now. I mean, they're really growing like crazy. So, yeah. I think that personal connection that you were able to basically have an excuse to do helped a ton for them. So.
Right. And it helped to offset the cost of, you know, my sponsors helping pay, because that team I literally make no money off of right now because they were outside of my fast start. I wasn't making unilevel. So it was 100% no gain in it for me in the beginning, but long term we knew that there was significant gain. And so it's definitely been worthwhile.
Yeah. Good. Okay, Chris, are you there? Is that you or is that Emily? Are you on the call? I'm going to try unmuting you and see. Hey, yeah. Hey, guys. Oh, it's so dark. What happened? Hey. So.
My shower towel head.
Oh, I love it. Emily literally just got home from her final Diamond Club expedition. So this is perfect. So you guys tell us a little bit about your Diamond Club expedition.
You want me to start?
Yeah, it's yours. What do you think of it?
It was hard. It was inspiring. It was exhausting. It was energizing all at the same time. And I met people on my team that I would not have met otherwise, and got to know them and encourage them and do classes for them. And we saw some growth on all three of our legs. So that was really encouraging for us. And we hit silver this month for the first time since December when we qualified.
Yay, that's great though.
That was really, we really wanted to hit gold, but it just wasn't the right timing for us, I don't think. And so we were happy about hitting silver, and we think we're starting to solidify that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard being away from my family, but we had to come back to our why. And when we did that, that helped a lot for us on and to keep us going. And Chris was such a great support. He was watching the kids and doing local classes too. So he taught local while I was long distance, which you can do in Diamond Club. You can double up that way and be a team with your spouse, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
So, he just really stepped up, and we've really partnered, kind of solidified our partnership in the business through Diamond Club. So that's been really great. You want to say a few things?
Well, I wanted to add or clarify one thing. I think in order for me to be able to do local events, I had to be added as a co-applicant.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So I had to be, at the start of it, I had to be put onto the account or on the Wellness Advocate as a co-applicant.
Okay. That makes sense.
You can do that, like Emily said. And once we did that, yes, I was here many times, being the babysitter, but then having to get a babysitter so I could go and do local events while Emily was out of town.
Yeah.
A lot of what Chasey was sharing as well, you have to have a plan going in. You really need to have that why, have that vision, have the goals. The Diamond Club training, they list this, but you really have to, use that month to prepare and have
Oh, you're breaking up. Can you hear us? Hello? Can everyone hear me? Maybe I'm the one breaking up. Can someone say something in chat if you can hear me? I don't see anything.
I can hear you,
Oh, okay. All right.
or you can hear you.
It's really creepy on my end. Ah, look, there's two in my face, guys. Mallards, we lost you. We lost you. Well, hopefully they'll chime back in. But what I've noticed oh, there they are. You're back. Yes? Mallards? What I've noticed with most of the teams is even if they didn't rank advance during the process of Diamond Club, they did either solidify a rank or they just created this momentum and this bond within their team that seems like huge, because you do have a reason to kind of reach down into the far depths of places that you may not go otherwise, to connect with people on your team and establish those bonds. So I think that's a really cool part of it. Mallards, we lost you. I'm not sure. Can you jump back in where you left off?
Okay.
Now we're back.
There we go. Yeah.
I wanted to add that I had some really dark days during Diamond Club, and I want to put that out there because I want people to understand that you may have to go through some dark times as you really dig deep and think about your why, and you're going to want to quit multiple times, and you're going to have a lot of obstacles in your path, so you're going to have to prepare yourself for that. I feel like if I were to give myself advice going back in hindsight, I would say to myself, you are going to have many obstacles in your path, and you are going to experience some dark days, and you're going to have to just push through.
Yeah, I think, that's great. Then what's your best takeaway from it? Would you encourage yourself to still do it even though it was difficult?
Would I encourage what?
Would you
Yourself
do
to
it
do it.
again? Would you do it
Oh, yeah, we're totally going to do it again. We're totally gluttons for
that
punishment.
nightmare's over. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
I love it.
No, but it was totally worth it. I had some really great things happen along the way, and some really great, bright spots along the way that made it totally worth it. It just stretches you. It challenges you. It stretches you. It makes you think about your why, about your purpose, about, your calling in life, everything.
Do you feel like your team would want to do it too after having seen you do it? You think they're...
I have one builder that's saying she's going to do it next year.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully we've inspired some people.
I like it. You have.
Big positive takeaway that we've also seen. Emily mentioned being able to meet people on our team that we might have never met before, but then seeing other people on our team getting excited with us, and seeing people in our team that might have been slacking off lately. They caught that why again. They caught their vision again, and it's inspired them. And so, like Emily shared, our goal was to be gold, finishing it. Well, we're not there now, but we're seeing a lot more momentum from more people on our team, and we know that it's going to come.
Right, that's what it takes to get there. Very cool. I like that. It's almost better to not reach your goal, but to have that momentum than it is to, meet the goal and have done it all by yourself. Like you want those other people to pick up and do what they want to do with their possibility as well. So, very cool.
Hey, can I ask something?
Yeah, of course.
Go, Emily.
One more thing I would add is just when I was experiencing those really difficult times, I finally reached out to my upline and to others, and I had even some sideline support. Kelly Tuck was a great support to me, And I really appreciate her and her prayers for me. And it really meant a lot to me. And I mean, not just your upline, but your sidelines can be a support. And I feel like if I had reached out earlier instead of trying to deal with it myself and my struggle myself, that I think I would have come out of it, you know, a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point, because I think, I don't know if with the, when they have you schedule your month out or whatever, they probably should encourage you to schedule at least one call with either a sideline or a mentor or somebody that you can just commiserate with. You know, that seems like a good plan for somebody who's jumping in. Chasey, what were you going to add?
I was going to say, kind of like Emily said about the mental, it is very mentally taxing. You're out of your element. You know, I remember a stretch in like 14 days where I slept in like 7 different places. I mean, it will take a toll on you, but I really tried when we were in Diamond Club the first 2 months to stay consistent in our daily routines at home, to stay at the gym, to stay, you know, when all possible, to keep our routine like as consistent as possible. And then another thing that I think was a big help, even though we stopped Diamond Club, you know, we were still going at a really rapid pace after it. We scheduled a family break halfway through where, you know, we had a few days planned to go to the beach where, you know, our family could have a little rest from the grind. I think that was a huge help in, you know, keeping the momentum up and not getting burned out, because I mean, Emily would tell you it's exhausting. Like, I remember one day landing in Florida at like, you know, 9 o'clock that morning and working until almost 1 a.m. by the time I drove. And I mean, it was exhausting. So you've got to plan some self-care. And that whole month, December, and you know, I mean, I sat down with you, December and January, I planned like a lunatic. For February, and you know, we had a solid plan, and it didn't work like you know, the moving parts didn't happen like we thought, but you know, we had a plan going in. And so you really, I mean, you have to really plan it out and kind of have some back pocket. Like, you know, Emily had a lot of last minute classes canceled, and you kind of have to have some stuff in your pocket of plan B, C, D, E, and F, because stuff happens. And you know, you got to get you got to be really creative a lot of times. And so props to the Mallards for finishing, because man, I don't know how y'all did it, because it was exhausting for the 2 months that we did it.
It felt like that last month was just, it's almost like when I always feel every time, like, I'm like, are you kidding me? A whole nother month? How are these people going to live through this?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And if you're going to do it, sit down with somebody who's did it. I mean, you know, you and I sat down and we said, all right, A, B, C, and D have been successful or not. What did they do that was successful? What did they not do? Like, learn from everybody's mistakes. Like, don't reinvent the wheel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and there are some other really great resources out there, and like we found even on Share Success, they had a Diamond Club planner, so that was really handy, and just some other things like that. So yeah. Oh, and there was a nice group. Was it Melissa's group for the Diamond Clubbers? So it was cool that everybody was kind of commiserating together and sharing successes, stories, and that kind of thing, and really cheering each other on. So, but anyway, my favorite thing is just the outline of basically a big push to get you and to get the ball and the momentum going. And then on the other end of it, you either, you know, have this momentum and can start channeling it where you need it, or have hit the goal that you're going for and can let that ball kind of just continue on. So anyway, I'm really excited for everybody, because I think even Chasey, who didn't finish, saw a lot of great rewards from that, and her team is growing. So anyway, does anybody have any questions for these guys? No questions? I expect all of you, when the time comes, to be doing.
Can I add something?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Man, budget for it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like, we spent a lot of money prepping, like buying incentives, and not that they're required by all means. I don't know what Emily did, but you know, it took a bit. It was a big chunk of our budget for Diamond
Well,
Club.
what were your incentives?
You know, we did keychains and books and all kinds of stuff. But, you know, that's another thing is, like, if you're thinking about it, you need to have some cash flow to bankroll that first month, because you put it out there, you buy airfare, and you've got to float it for a little while before you get paid. I mean, I remember at one point we had about $1,000 out there floating, and, you know.
Waiting to get that reimbursement.
Right. I knew we would get it back, but it was a lot of money, you know, tied up that first
Right.
month or so. And, you know, you've got to be, if you don't qualify and you've already bought airfare, you know, you got to be willing to use that as a tax deduction.
Most of it.
All right. Mallory, do you have anything left to add?
With how mentally taxing it is, plan a family trip or plan a trip, just you and your spouse, as soon as it's done. You know, Emily and I are looking forward to, because I'm still teaching, I couldn't get away right away. I wish I could have done something, you know, like this weekend, but you know, have a break. You know, we're going to take a couple days. We're going to go to the mountains, get away. We're going to unplug and just relax.
That sounds so nice. Yeah, I think that's awesome. All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for getting on to share your stories. I'm really excited about what it's done for you. And if you really are going to do it again, I can't wait to see what that looks like. You're going to be like, I know Melissa Morgner did it twice. Right? She's Blue Diamond now, so clearly it had some impact. I think she said she hit Diamond after the second time, like almost pretty much immediately. I can't remember. Tracy probably knows better than I do. But there are a lot of people who do it multiple times, so I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, awesome work, guys. Congratulations on finishing up, and we'll see you next time.
All right.